Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Add-on and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working more on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure tabletop role-playing game experience, Requiem. Let's see, anything fun and exciting today, really? No. Well, there's a few things going on in the land of milk and honey, otherwise known as my existence. One of those things being there's a music festival going on like 2 blocks away from me, so that's fun. I get to hear the reverberations of shitty bands I've never heard of and their god-awful music. It's great. I love music. Outside of that, apparently, let's see. Let's check the news, everybody. I mean, there's got to be something exciting. Actually, if I remember correctly, 5e, there we go. Not Mike Merles. There was another guy who apparently got shit canned not too long ago. Some guy from the D&D team got shit canned, and I was like, that's interesting. Where was it? I saw it on Twitter, the most reliable source of information available. You know, Twitter. Where was it? It was like, oh yeah, someone from the 5e team got shit canned. And everyone was like, oh, this is a good thing that this guy got shit canned. Let me see if I can find it. I'd have been on another. And I thought it was kind of interesting, if anything, just to be like, oh, that guy got fired. It was the guy who, let me see if I can find it again. It was one of the guys who was like, we have to change the demographics of D&D and stuff. I'm like, that's kind of a weird thing to say, but more power to you, Chief. And oh geez. Of course we have the Gorbino quest of Tiger Balls. Subs went up $1, yes. Notepad, what's the largest dildo you own? I don't own any dildos, actually. Apologies, Ironside. Yes, subs did go up $1 whole. Yeah, that's... I'm kind of weirded out by that, but I'm like, I guess Twitch has gotta make its money from the unfortunate souls that plague us. But outside of that, we've been having pretty normal news. The only big piece of news that I've been seeing recently is the AI localization debate. Yeah, men who look like me can't get out of D&D fast enough. Yeah, they got shit canned apparently. Let me see if I can remember their fucking words. Let me see. Kyle Brink, that's his name. Yes, Kyle Brink has apparently left D&D or Wizards of the Coast. He has officially left. He is gone, and he is no longer on the team, which is unsurprising to a degree. And of course, yeah, everyone is immediately going for blood on this, because no shit they're gonna go for blood on this. That ain't exactly an uncommon feat here. But yes, apparently he has left. As of right now, he is no longer working at Wizards of the odd thing to say, but that is the case. Yeah, the main debate that I've been inadvertently caught in the middle of, because I actually follow all these things, is the AI translation thing going on with the Dear Girl anime. I haven't watched the Dear Girl anime, but apparently all of it is actually AI wording, which comes off a very unique situation with localizers and stuff, which I am no fan of localizers, but it has sparked a bunch of debates. And when people debate on Twitter, nothing productive happens. except I can no longer see my anime pornography that I wish to see. It is now filled with people being stupid on the internet and saying, oh no, what these guys did was perfectly fine. Sorry, Fire Emblem chuds, you are not allowed to have fun. And, my piece will always be the exact same piece I make. It's about trust. They broke trust, and people are clearly on the kill on it. Thoughts on Futa no Elf? I don't know what the hell that is, Ironside. Nor am I going to Google it. It did not help that the most annoying man alive, this guy, Possum Reviews. This isn't a very annoying man. Why do I say he's a very annoying man? Because he will never shut the fuck up. He is a Twitter man who never shuts up on Twitter, and that's all he cares about is shit posting on Twitter. But yeah, let's get back to more productive things. JoJo. You also never shut up. Admittedly, I don't shut up on Twitch streaming about tabletop role-playing games. He doesn't shut up on Twitter. I never post on Twitter. I only very rarely talk on Twitter, and that's usually just to say something or post a schedule. Okay, so let's... I think keeping with the D6 additive system is the right idea. I think we want to keep this pretty easy to understand with no more than 5d6. That is our absolute cap, is rolling 5d6. Why am I setting that as the cap? You used to tweet at VTubers. Ah, yes, I used to tweet at VTubers. Now, like... You missed out on the I hate how West Coast is woke. I'm going to play something else thread. They never do. That's the point. They never do. And that's the most entertaining part about, like, Wizard Coast bad, I want to play something else, is that they never do. And then they immediately either go back to 5e. Here's the thing. They either go back to 5e or they play a 5e derivative. Same shit all the time. It's great. I love it. I only play non-woke games. I'm gonna play fucking OSR slop. I'm like, wow. That's cool. That's neat. Good job. You did it. You've we've officially gone full circle. That's why there's this I'll bring her up because I can talk about her because this is something that didn't like there we go. Melissa, this one. Melissa Belladonna. I have a specific hatred of this woman. Because during the OGL crisis, she made a big point about saying, I'm leaving D&D, I can't abide by this. Literally the half second it was over, she had already, already put everything back with all the I love 5e, I love 5e, I love 5e. It's really amusing. It's my favorite thing in the world. Because it proves yet again that 5e is eternal and we're never getting rid of it. Let's see. So, Okay. Brain, brawn, bravery. This is what we're working in. These are our base stats that we have to work around with. Now, we've got a few different options here. The thing is this, we can either go with the idea that stands form our core. At the end of the day, your stand is the be-all, end-all. That is all that really matters at the end of the day. This is where our dice come from. On the other hand, we can go the user forms the core. Our stand supplements our core. The stand is a reflection of the user, or is the stand an independent entity away from the user? All right, that's a unique premise. Or we do some like horrifying hybrid thing. And that's the secret here that we're trying to. How do we get around this situation? I say I hate 5e and what it stands for, but I'm currently looking at running a 3.5 derivative. Yeah. I'm in a fucking PF2 game, man. Like, my friends have dedicated themselves to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and I will never escape it now. I know that fundamentally, and that's just something I gotta live with. But, yeah. Let's... If we do this, we would do our... BBB is ranked from 1 to 3 to start off with. You know, we'll say BBB is ranked 1 to 3. Because then we have our stand abilities, which we do have to manage. And then these would be ranked out of 1 to 3D. Stando power, actually, if we do 1 to 5 DX, and then stando power would be just like a flat modifier, would just be a flat mod. I have a special place in hell in my heart for PF2E, to be honest. Let's see. If we're working with A, B, C, D, F. Technically, we can also say S, A. So if we are... SABC. Do this is kind of better. Hmm. I was tweeting a bunch of femboy VTubers who would reply, but stopped after I saw their retweets. It happens. Also, thank you very much, Jaunt1612. Dejaunt. I thought I said that. We can keep the stand parameter system in check a little bit if we do this. I feel like I've done this before. Let's think. I mean, if we want. Oh, thank you very much for supporting with Prime. Thank you very much, Wombat. Where the old man in the land, beware the old man in the land where the men die young. Exactly. What am I missing? If your brain is how smart you are, and how your ability to manipulate the situation, brawn is how healthy you are, and survive getting donuted. Your bravery is how your resolve and your ability to push through problems. Aura would be your ability to make problems. What would be good? I use my new bank card today immediately. First time I ever try to use it, gets declined and locked. I fucking hate this new bank. Yeah, no, that's not good. Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah, no, literally just call and yell at the bank. That's all you can really do at that point. Like, if you got everything in there, they're obligated to help you at least. Let's see. Learning can be its own thing. I'm okay with learning being kind of an independent thing away from everything else. These are our main 5 stats that we really need to worry about. But if we want to... Power. So, okay. So, effectively, if we think about it like this, we have our stand and we have our basic character. Overall, a total roll would just be whatever the... If I'm acting without my stand, let's just call a spade a spade. I'm acting without my stand. I would just be rolling my user, it would just be user D, it would just be my, name pending. It would be using one of these D6. So it could be, let's say I have a clever of 2. I would be rolling 2d6 versus, whatever. I'm not using my stand to do anything. If I am using my stand naturally, then boom, I'd be either making a roll here, or I would be making a roll up here. Or do I treat that as just a flat bonus? Dirty deeds done cheap. See, that's the problem. Ultimately speaking, like, one of the hardest things about JoJo in general, here's the thing, in general, if you want to do anything, there will always be an exception clause. Hey, I've got a well, okay, this is how it works. No, dirty deeds done cheap doesn't use that rule. It breaks that rule. Oh, no, the world breaks that rule. No, you don't understand. Fucking Star Platinum breaks that rule. No. Oh, no, this one uses that rule. That's... Welcome to the ultimate fucking problem child of... JoJo. But... Let's... Mm. Yeah, ultimately is right here. It is D6 plus your modded, plus your modifier, plus a trait. This is literally all it boils down to. Mm. Mm. Violating one of the rules of stands could be something incorporated into building. Hello, phone. Could be incorporated into building your stand. I don't even necessarily think something like that. It's kind of the idea, and Araki actually talked about this in one of his things, which was every single villain has a bullshit stand, but the characters don't. Except usually the protagonist, whose bullshit stand does a bunch of different things that is there to make sure the plot can continue. But like, if you really think about it, the world is broke as shit. No other stand has ever been able to do quite what the world can do. And why is that the case? Why is the world as powerful as it is? It is because it is Dio's stand. Dio and the world are probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest actual stand in the entirety of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because the world, at full power, can stop time for 10 seconds. If you really think about it, that's amazingly broken. It's horrifically broken, in fact. Let's see, I wonder if I could find, Let me see if I can find outside of Dio. Yeah, this is outside, just to give you the idea of how fucking broken the idea of being outside of Dio's world would be like. I don't want to, there's no audio here, just like, okay, hey, you know, we're gonna shoot Dio for the boom, done. That is effectively what every single character just saw. I have tricked you, I have gotten you, I have succeeded at that, and done. It's over. Because Dio stopped time. How do you do stop time in a game like this? You don't. That's the secret. You don't. Weather report. Weather report. Yeah, weather report's stupid because it can fix everything except when he loses. The only time weather report will lose is because the plot demands weather report loses or is in danger or something. But then he bullshits his way out of it. But that's kind of the idea. And you know, generally speaking, I'm okay with certain stands, like and villain stands especially, being bullshit. Because you want to know what would be like. Because here's the thing. The idea of like, hey, you know, like, we're gonna kill Dio here. We don't know Dio's power at this point. You gotta remember that none of the Stardust Crusaders actually understand Dio's power. His bizarre field in the world that is currently happening, his bizarre field is still up. Now that's the idea of the bizarre field is from this. Effectively, the bizarre field is quantum bullshit. As long as you do not know what their power is, and you don't understand how it works, they have an immense advantage over you. And they can pull off some weird shit that you can't beat. Effectively, because we do not understand Dio's power, we can't fight Dio's power. He is allowed to do shit like this. And all this would be is he stops time and he punched Kakyoin in for any crits that does a bajillion damage. We don't know what the fuck just happened. However, but at the end of the day, what does Kakyoin do? Kakyoin literally deduces as he is dying, as he is bleeding to death, he's like, oh, hey, wait a second. It's time. And then he shoots the clock tower. Joseph deduces, oh, he can stop time. And then, hey, Dio's bizarre field actually drops. We know everything about Dio at this point. We know that he is immensely powerful. We know that he has the world. He can't bullshit anymore. That's the secret. Jotaro knows he can't bullshit, and he doesn't. And that makes Dio actually incredibly, a lot less threatening once we learn that. On the other hand, up till that point, the secret of the world is time. And then boom, it's just like, everyone now knows the secret. The secret is time. And because of that, we understand Dio now and we can fight Dio. That would be the goal. How do we understand? So the world stops time and fucks other stands solely because the world preloaded with the power to buffer time and learn where stand, stop, or adapt to reconcile time stop. Well, in JoJo, effectively, what Dio does is that he stops the fucking world, effectively. He literally stops time. It's referred to as Dio's world. And that's why Dio is so confident near the end of Stardust Crusaders as he's fighting Jotaro when he hits like, oh, I've hit 11 seconds. Because it's effectively is saying, hey, my stand is getting better and better to the point where I will be able to effectively do this forever. Because I'm an immortal fucking super vampire. I am getting better at being able to stop time and create a world where only I can act. Which is why he gets gaslit the fuck out of anytime Jotaro pulls a trick on him. He uses a magnet and moves inside his stop time, scaring the shit out of Dio. And that would be using our I was thinking we could probably use something like cleverness or aura. That would be the thing. Aura would be kind of like our trick bullshit. We can probably reword it. While clever would be kind of like we're setting something up. Aura is like, okay, we're improvising something on the fly kind of thing. But Jotaro learns about it, and he fucks with Dio. Dio's like, I don't want to get close to him because he's going to punch me. And then lo and behold, Jotaro is able to move inside a stop time for a fraction of a second and punch Dio in the face. If we're dealing with the bosses, I'm having a stroke. The boss. God, I'm having a stroke. What his name is? I'm completely fucking Diavolo. I fucking forgot its name. But yeah, like Diavolo has King Crimson. King Crimson skips ahead time, and there's a reason you need a fucking flowchart to actually explain how King Crimson actually functions. And for those who don't know, King Crimson is the fast forward key in the effectively, let's say there's an event that occurs. And if we follow the perfect logic, the event will occur. We all know that this is going to happen. 1 will reach 2. What Diavolo can do is that he snips out a section of time here and deviates it. He says, okay, I don't want this to occur, and creates a third time. A third limit by erasing this time for something else to occur. He looks forward and says, okay, I'm gonna get shot and killed. What if I'm just not there? I skip forward in time, I live, I'm good. And that is his power. His power is dumb, but that is effectively how it works. Yeah, it only works because Diavolo can see into the future with another ability. Yeah. Diavolo's stand allows him to do a hell of a lot of things, and he is very difficult to fight. In any circumstance, Diavolo is very difficult to fight. There's one problem with Diavolo. Diavolo has 2 weaknesses. The first weakness is that he can get ambushed. Because if Diavolo is ambushed, and he is not thinking to actually, use his stand, he can get hurt pretty badly. That's why he keeps himself hidden. He doesn't want anyone to know it, because you can't work against him if that's the case. On the other hand, you also have gold experience, which you can attack him in his place beyond places, effectively. Which gold experience Requiem does. He literally punches Diavolo out in his own world, in his own place of stop time. It's not even stop time necessarily, it's like erased time. Yeah, but every single enemy faced is bullshit. And that's the entire point. Yoshikage Kira, even. Like, we'll use Yoshikage Kira. As you know, that is who I am. Like, Yoshikage Kira and King Crimson, generally speaking, they don't stop time. They don't do anything related to that. The problem is that if Yoshikage Kira touches you, you're going to die. He's extremely manipulative, he's extremely sociopathic, and he is a fucking bastard. And he is extremely dangerous for that reason. He's a scary motherfucker because he shows up and he's like, oh, I'm going to turn something into a bomb. I'm going to turn something into an explosive device to kill you. And when he does finally use something to do it, he can kill pretty much any of the protagonists. He's very easy. And he is, you know, it's not like fucking King Crimson is weak either, or Killer Queen anyway. It's not like Killer Queen is a weak stand. He can still fight very well. He's a very dangerous person. There's a problem with Yoshikage Kira. Yoshikage Kira is a dumbass. And he is also a regular human being at the end of the day. Which is usually which is ultimately the way that he's defeated. Is, hey, his ego got the best of him and he got his shit kicked in when he really shouldn't. He is driven by his, if anything, he's driven by his sins. Every single antagonist is defeated because of their faults, because of their issues. Something happens and they are defeated because of it. Effectively, what I'm thinking with stands is there's a few ways to do stands, and that's one of the things I was thinking about doing is using Fortissimo. Ironside understands that. I was going to use the Fortissimo power creation rules for it, not necessarily the full rune rules for it, not the full rules for it, but kind of the idea of very vague powers that can be manipulated. Because at the end of the day, what does time stop do? Time stop just lets you do something. It lets you move closer, it lets you manipulate the reality a little bit. Alright, easy enough to understand. At the end of the day, what does the hand do? The hand is bullshit. The hand instantly kills everyone. It is the best stand in the entire world. It is used by a moron, though. That is the funny part. It is used by a moron. Okuyasu is a dumbass, and he cannot use his stand to the best of his ability. But that also is what makes Koichi, Koichi, how good of a stand user. Because Koichi can use his stand very well. Echoes is an insane stand, not because of its ability, not because of its onomatopoeia. It is as good as it is because Koichi is very fucking smart with his stand, and he knows how to use it. Like Overarms. Overarms doesn't actually go all the way with it. That's the funny part. Overarms just says write it in and hope for the best. We are going to be using like Everway. Because here's the thing. And not Hiraiji. In Fortissimo, I should use Damaro. How I did it in Fortissimo. Fortissimo, Damino and Cordio de Cord Fortissimo is, if I go down to, is that most of the time, your esoteric runes are based off of these. How versatile is it? What's the impact? What's the frequency of it? What's the duration, reach, flaw, anything like this? However, this is the big thing. We don't need to worry about reach anymore, and we really don't need to worry about duration. A lot of these can actually be derived from the actual stand itself. This can be a lot of our, things here. However, it's, hey, how versatile is your power? Is it very versatile? Is it not very versatile at all? Is it the ability to create a gummy substance? All right, how do that's a pretty, pretty unique stand. My goal, one of my main goals would be to create Sicilian Crest. Sicilian Crest has always been a JoJo, would always been a stand idea, which is just very simply, you reset your body 5 seconds. That's all that happens. You reset your body back 5 seconds. No matter where you are, no matter your current state of being, you go back 5 seconds in time. Now, that's pretty useful. On the other hand, if you die instantaneously, it doesn't really matter. But that is something he has to worry about. That's a stand ability that he can think about. Hey, I'm going to walk in here, and he's deliberately doing things to just avoid instant death. Like, yeah, his arm might get severed off, but he can go vrink, and he gets his arm back. He's just resetting his body to 5 seconds ago. And that's the entire idea of Sicilian Crest. What if the gum is also kind of like a bungee cord? You're seeing the value here. Something with like a lot of versatility may be able to do a lot of different things. That's also why I was thinking of being like, okay, like we can use something like SPRUG to kind of derive from that, because that's what it would be. It would be saying, hey, I want to use my stand to do something that I have not written down. I want to make my stand pull some bullshit that it really shouldn't. And it's like, oh yeah, no, you roll Esper. You are using your power to do something creative. Okuyasu has dog shit use of his stand. He used dog shit Esper. He's big, he's tough, he's very brave, and he can trick people a lot, but he's not really good at manipulating the hand. Because he can pull off a lot of bullshit with the hand, and he does pull off some stuff with it, but he doesn't really think too far ahead of it. That's something that he has to think about. He's not very good at using it beyond the most immediate applications. I could attach my gum bungee to my heart and resuscitate myself. Oh my rubber Nen! What is Dieselcore here? Dieselcore, of course, Diesel is the greatest, of course, we have to, the beautiful thing is, I don't know what's going on here, Google. The beautiful thing is, we could just Diesel Max. You may not like it, but, Thomas Diesel is our spirit animal. I don't know why it is suddenly doing this. Enemy stand! Why not like the mobile version or something? But yeah, do you want to fight Meta Hammer or Jet Stand or Black Templar or? Let me see if I can find Vrin. Yeah, no, we're effectively making Diesel the RPG, and the worst part is, if we want to be really official. If we wanted to go, like, technically official with things, we could, like, the thing is, we could, in theory, contact Antarctic Press and see if we can't get Joe Welchins. We can attempt to get Joe Welchins okay to publish the official Diesel role-playing game. Don't worry, guys. It's not JoJo. It's Diesel. You fucking imagine. Imagine if that went through. Fucking imagine. Sorry, guys, we can't get an official fucking role-playing game. We are, however, going to get Diesel. Let's see. Let's worry about this. Let's worry about this. Let's worry about this section first. So, BCE. What am I missing? Cleverness. How smart we are. Muscle. How strong we are. Bravery. How brave we are, obviously. Esper. Manipulating our stand to do a thing where we are trying to push our stand to do shit it really shouldn't. And whether or not it works is kind of dependent on our own ability. If you notice, you don't get a resource out of Esper. And why does that matter? If we don't get a resource out of Esper, that is entirely you have to make a roll for it. And maybe that's not going to be ideal. Really purely additive. We could do the same thing. So effectively, we would do, it would be bravery, cleverness, clever, muscle, and then Esper, muscle. So if it's like, hey, I want to roll, and let's say I have 5 points to distribute, I could say 2, 2, 1, 0. I'm very brave, I'm very clever, I'm not very, I'm decent at using my stand, but I'm not very tough. I want to make a bravery check. 2d6, 2d6, 1d6, 0d6. Unless we do, you always start at 1 for everything. That doesn't sound good. We just skip the d6 and just keep it. You'd always make these do 2d6. 2d6, actually, stands are almost always going to be acting in opposition to something else. That's the idea. We're always going to be acting in opposition to another stand user who is using the same rules. So, but a stand's not going to be smart. That's the counterpoint. A stand's not going to be smart. They're not going to be brave. They're not going to be strong. A stand is only going to be as capable as the person using it. So if you are trying to open something that's really heavy, you can use your stand and add your power rating to it. Because you're using your stand to do this. You're augmenting your own abilities. You're always going to add your stat modifier, your 2d6 plus stat modifier to it, because it's you, but then you're adding your stand's die. Your stand is a natural evolution of you. If we make everything potent, that's effectively what they are. Yeah, okay. That also, here's the thing, this also gives Because if we do it this way, this gives people the ability to play people like Haman users. And we can manipulate this die. We can manipulate this number. If you're a Haman user, you're naturally going to be more fit, more ready, more able to do shit. You might roll 3d6 for certain checks. Hey, you take, it's like, hey, you might be very fit at doing something. Because you're a Haman user. You are stronger, you are better than most. You're a cyborg, things. You're getting a bonus to certain aspects of yourself. However, a Haman user with 3d6 plus stat modifier will never really beat a stand. A honest-to-God stand versus Haman user, a stand will beat him. On the other hand, is that a bad thing? You want to add Haman users? Yes, we are. What if I have one of those intelligent stands? See, you're seeing the problem, Ironside. There's a lot of exception clauses. Hello, phone. Give me 1 second. I need to look outside my window. Now, the thing is, what we could do for independent stands. This is the advantage for, like, I want to make a stand doing its own thing. We can still use this. A stand doing its own thing would just be stand dice. Just be stand dice plus stat mod. That's what all this would be. Why am I saying let's add that stat modifier? Because it's still an extension of you. You are still brave, you are still clever, you're still, able to use more bullshit stand abilities. But you don't get that 2d6, you don't get the human 2d6. On the other hand, hey, my stand is doing something independently of me. I am using my stand to sneak around, or I'm using my stand to, remotely view somebody else that I'm not there directly controlling it. We're going to have both. We're going to have stand things and user things. If we want to make a really basic idea, if we want to make a very basic, punch ghost. Well, let's say we want to make punch ghost. Caleb example. All that it would be, if we want to make Caleb example, this would be a very basic idea. And he has his punch ghost. He might have if we start at like C for everything, for example, let's say we get, we might have like A speed, A power, F tier, like E tier range, like D tier durability, and like D tier precision. We hit like a fucking freight train. When we do hit, we do a lot. However, we're not very durable. We are not durable. We don't need to be durable. Getting hit was going to hurt like hell. No matter what we do, we're gonna get hurt. On the other hand, hey, but it's a punch ghost. What does this mean? That means we punch you really, really hard, really, really fast, and we get 1. But that's all we need. But that would be the basic idea. Learning would probably be like a special stat down here. Learning would be a special stat down here. Let's say it's currently at C. Anytime we need a quick bullshit level up, we can burn learning. Hey, I need a new power. I'm going to burn learning. Hey, I need to do something more. I'm going to burn learning. Hey, I'm going to do something. Okay, you're at 0 learning now. You have ran out of learning. Your stand can no longer learn anything immediately. It's having really high learning is you indicating, I don't know what I want my stand to do yet, but I want to be reactive with it. Because intelligent ones can be sentient ones, i.e. ones that speak, but they also don't have a lot of different overnodal stands, like Sex Pistols. You can talk to Mista, but that's it. Well, the thing with Sex Pistols, you gotta remember, is Sex Pistols are pretty smart. They do things when Mista's in danger. That's the thing. It's like, hey, you know, Sex Pistols are actually pretty smart, pretty smart individuals. That's what they do. They're smart. They do things outside of Mista's control. They would be operating independently. And that would just be a stand feature, effectively. More accurately, if I want to be really precise, I would probably tie it to an item-based stand more than anything. Because at the end of the day, Sex Pistols don't do jack shit without a bullet. They don't do anything without the bullet. It doesn't matter where the bullet comes from, though. Mista just uses his revolver all the time, because Mista has a revolver. That's his thing. And, if you really think about it, it's easy to load up different bullets a lot easier in a revolver. And what you are getting, yeah, a revolver is easier to control for Sex Pistols. Exactly. Mista could bring out a fucking, assault rifle and start shooting, and Sex Pistols would be able to manipulate the bullets. However, they would only be able to manipulate 6 bullets. They would be able to ride 6 bullets and kick them into areas they need to be kicked into. Sex Pistols with an AK, with Sex Pistols with the AK. Yeah, exactly. Be like, they would be able to shoot 6 bullets. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's 6 bullets. Mista doesn't want to do that, because Mista is also an incredibly paranoid individual, and that's just how he operates. You know, Sex Pistols are crazy fast. Exactly. They're crazy fucking fast. Sex Pistols are insanely fucking good, and they can do shit that is outside of it, and that's why he uses a revolver. And that's something that he has put a lot of time and effort into. Let's see, what are Sex Pistols stats? Let's see. Do they even have there we go. We have a better one of their yeah, first sentient colony stand. I find it good. There we go. I mean, it's Misto's. Like, if we look here, you know, they've got jack shit power, but they don't need a lot of power because it's a fucking gun. Decent durability, decent precision, not even that fast, relatively speaking. Their advantage is that they are a fucking gun. That is their main advantage, is that they have a gun. The Sex Pistols aren't fast. Yeah, the Sex Pistols. That don't matter. I see 5 different stat spreads. Yeah, you see also the other big issue. We're working with stats, though, because this is a tabletop game. Yeah, Sex Pistols? Yeah. Never heard of the Sex Pistols? There. They're British band. See, this is the beautiful thing about, you know, any of these, you know, kind of, thing. Yeah, it's just the Sex Pistols. You've never heard of the Sex Pistols? Yeah, they're a punk rock band from the 70s. 70s, 80s mostly. So, to give you an idea of why I know so much about the Sex Pistols is, my mom is a My mom's a huge fan of them, and she loves Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious is one of the people she really enjoys. That's just a person. Sid and Nancy are two people she really enjoys just knowing more about. So yeah, I know quite a bit about Sex Pistols. Yeah, no, mind rot and brain rot. All of you have brain rot. Well, what about sex? What about sex with guns? This one, yeah. Again, the thing is, the stats don't matter in JoJo. You have to remember that. The stats never mattered. The only thing that mattered in JoJo is the story potential, which arguably, that would be really convenient to do, but we don't have that right because this is a tabletop role-playing game. So what I'm doing is, hey, you have these stats, these are effectively your ability to do things. Sex Pistols with low speed, but like really decent, precision and power or whatever, would just be you shooting a gun and they kick the bullet into someone's head really. Oh, gee. Sweaty. I'm sweaty. I'm a sweaty boy. Let's see. Oh, the cops can't unfuck the 40mm grenade, dude. God damn it. This is not Girls Frontline. So... See, Spartan, I want you to imagine what this sounds like. I want everyone else to imagine. You ever see the video of the guy giving himself grand penis? That is how I see this. You are rolling, I am drinking a beer at my Midwestern bar. And you slide into it. You ever see the video of the guy giving himself grand penis? And I'm like, no. That's what I see here. This is what I've noticed. This is what you've given me. You've given me this mental image, and I don't know why you have outside of cursing me. I am an innocent man. I've done nothing wrong. Actually, let's see. We do... if we do stando... If we do C equals 0, S, A, C, B, F. If we do C equals 0, B equal 1, A equal 2, 4... If we do something like this, if you have an F in something, you physically roll no dice for it. Now, you may be thinking, hey, I have a C in something. If you have a C rating in something and you're acting with your stand, you roll 46 plus your stat mod. It's going to be like 46 plus 3 or 46 plus 2. It's not going to be a huge amount. It's not going to tip the balance. Man, absolutely obliterated with a simple sentence. See, that there have been moments in my life where that's happened to me, where someone just says something to you and you have no response. Okay, I'm gonna say, this is a true honest to God thing. I've told people the story before, but I always have to reiterate it, of just one of those moments where you have no words for anything. I was working at a casino. And we had this little back alcove when we had to check effectively lottery tickets. Guy comes, little old lady comes up and hands me like 30 fucking lottery tickets. Being like, can you please scan these all in to see if I won? I'm like, all right, ma'am. I go back there and I'm just scanning lottery tickets. It takes a while for each one to process, and it's fine. Kind of a slow day. It's fine. I was in the cage. This guy, a guy I worked with, he was an older dude. He comes in the back. He's like, hey, Notepad. I'm like, yeah? Mind you, I am 6.5 hours into a night shift. I'm fucking dying. I want to go to, I am very tired. Didn't sleep at all. I'm like, all right, yeah, what is it? What is it? Hey, what's up? Everyone wants to be Irish during St. Patrick's Day, right? I'm like, yeah. Then why doesn't anyone want to be black during Martin Luther King Day? And he cracks up. And I'm just standing there, 15 lottery tickets done. Like halfway through, just endless ding. And I just sit there, I'm just standing there, fucking tired, dying internally, and I just burst out laughing. I'm just like, like, how do you even respond to that? How do you even, I had no words. There was nothing to say. It was just me sitting there just like, what the fuck? And I'm just dying. I'm just laughing my ass off. Scanning fucking lottery tickets in at fucking 5 in the morning. That's just one of those, like, those killing sentences that someone drops on you, where you have no conversation for it. There's nothing to follow up. There's nothing to say. You're just so flabbergasted. And I'm like, you just laugh. That was all you can do, just laugh. And he's laughing too. He told the greatest fucking joke of all time. And I'm like, what the fuck am I here for? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, just remember that. It was just this like decisive killing sentence that I'm like, there's no other comment here. It's great. Okay, so we do 5 as well. If you get 5 stando stats, you can get up to an S rank in something. You can get an S rank up into something relatively easy. Maybe I toned that down, actually. What if we do 3? What if we do 3-3? So if you want to get an S stat, you have to drop at least 1 stat to an E. And all of these stats do something. Okay. Alright. Even learning, which is like, yeah, you get a few freebies out there, but at the end of the day, it's just like, you can dump that. You were saying, I want to dump my ability to learn in exchange for something really powerful. I'm trading my adaptability for raw power. Hmm. Fripperoni pepperoni. Mm. Mm. I saw a man in my Toho game. Instant Alt F4. Damn straight. Okay, so we're not really hyper developed right off the bat, but that's okay. However, now we get to move into if we go into the Everway approach, which was we're allowing people to make their own stands. We are saying I trust. I am saying I trust you. I trust you to make your own stand, and I trust the GM to say no, that's a dumb stand. You shouldn't be able to do that. But this is also one of the big notes I put in here, which is the nature of the ruins. You know, it's kind of like, hey, either way, like, you have a lot of ways to do things. However, it's very vague, it's very odd, and it's also like, hey, you should, the value of certain powers and the value of certain abilities is very dependent on the user and the person actually employing it. As the person actually doing this, let's say we have actually we can do Esper plus 10. Yeah, I think we can do like Esper plus 10 points to work with, to give people a little bit more room in which they can choose to how they want to do things, how they want things happen. Stands are very open. Using the thing that Ironside proposed. Using what Ironside proposed, being able to create spheres of gravity. I'm assuming it's going to be like Titanfall fucking energy wells and things like that. Effectively, that would be a power. It's a ranged power, and so what? I said that? Yes, you did. Throwing that, we want to be able to create a sphere of power. We're creating a sphere of gravity. That's all we're doing. We are going ving, sphere of gravity. What does our sphere of gravity do? Well, obviously, it's going to draw things in or push things. It's going to push things away or draw things in. That's all it does. I would say that's pretty versatile. That's pretty general. It has a lot of different situations, and it has a pretty major impact. And how consistently will this power come up? It's a use case. It's not going to show up every moment of every day, but it's going to show up pretty often. Often enough. However, let's say there's a problem. There's a pretty big problem. It affects us. When we create it, it affects us. That is something that we have to deal with. Our thing is we create this gravity sphere at any distance, and we are being drawn into it. We're being pushed away from it just as much as everyone else. But we can use this flaw. We can use this and we can work around it. Hey, I need to get up somewhere really fast. Sphere, I get pretty much a power jump. I go bring, I get a nice little spring jump where I need to go. Hey, I need to bring an object, like, oh no, I need to get out of situation. Sphere, gravity sphere, I get shoved back. I can use it offensively, I could use it defensively. But that's something I always have to consider. I create a sphere, and that's something that's going to draw in or push away. So this is our idea. So what if I want to throw balls that control gravity? Even if we want to do throw balls, just like throw multiple things, we could probably we would probably add in another thing here. We would probably be like, yeah, that's just something you have to pay for. Like, I want to do multiple of something. Then yeah, you get things like Schrodinger's shadow. Schrodinger's shadow being like the range's knowledge. Hey, I can go to any place I'm not being observed. Or Easy Rider from Mr. Juan. What does Juan end up going? That's his power, is that he is Easy Rider. It's pretty easy to understand. He just pops into places he shouldn't. Oh, we can probably even implement concept as an idea. I could touch a small object and act as a temporary gravity while throwing them, snapping my fingers to make them burst. Effectively, yeah, no, you're seeing the... We can make this do different things. It's a very basic idea, because, like, hey, I clap my hands together, I throw it up, I create a sphere that knocks me back. Or I draw things in. Alright, that's pretty useful. Hey, I touch an object, it becomes a localized gravity sphere. I can throw it as an improvised weapon and snap and make it burst out, in burst of energy or whatever. Even just making a Katamari ball. Imagine being able to create a Katamari ball. I take any object of my choice. Let's say I take a basic, like one of those little stress balls. And you roll it around in a bunch of things, bunch of nails or something. And that's now your Katamari ball. You're using it to attract things where it's localized gravity. You fucking throw your nail ball, you burst down a bunch of nails. That's a good villain stand. That's the thing. Yeah, like this is a very open idea that you can use for multiple different powers of various different things. Hey, being able to create a Katamari ball is very different than being able to create a localized sphere of gravity. Both of those things do something very different. Even if you want to make like just a straight up punch ghost. Making a straight up punch ghost would be, power and durability and things like that. Power, durability, but you would also be you would be dumping all of your powers into doing something useful with that. Okay, easy. Okay, that's fine. We're working. This works. I think we've got our core system and our core idea of how to make stands. Arguably the most complicated part. You want to make here's the thing though, you want to make a bullshit stand. A bullshit stand, your Dios, your Diavolos, they are not there's also the concept of how your ghost punches. Exactly. Silver Chariot, at the end of the day, Silver Chariot and Star Platinum are effectively the same thing. I want to make Heaven's Door. Fun fact, like axe like Koishi. Generally speaking, we can use axe because what we need to do now, this is the secret, this is the hard part. This is where things get a little bit more complicated. We're going to have to play this one by ear a little bit, to be honest. We have stand types. And your stand type is going to be using all your different things to adjust things up and down. A power type wants to get very close and punch you in the face. That's all. Like, you're naturally going to find yourself doing certain things, and I'll probably give every one of them something unique. Being like, yeah, a power type, a close distance power stand, a punch ghost, effectively. Your thing is, you are normally only going to be moving at 2 to 3 meters. You know, you have effectively of range meters, whatever your range is. So if you have a range of S, that means you have 5 meters. On the other hand, you fuck people up. You can initiate a stand rush. We can do something like that, where it's like, hey, you can stand rush. What does a stand rush do? That's your aura. Muda. Yeah, that is your gimmick. You have a stand rush. You have your muda, you have your aura. You have all of your different things to rush the enemy and fuck their day up. Which is arguably going to be your kind of your cinch kill. It's gonna be like the haha, I've cinched the win, effectively. You know, I've cinched the win. However, I have also, you know, like kind of worked, you know, different things, long distance manipulation stands. But the problem with being a long range stand is you can't, if you are in melee with someone, if you're engaged, your stand's not going to be as useful. That is something you need to keep your distance. You need to, you know, make sure that they stay away from you, which is going to be handy when you have a punch ghost up there drawing their attention. This is your Kakyoins. Kakyoin, what are you doing? Kakyoin, did you lay this egg? Kakyoin wants to keep his distance. He doesn't ever really want, like, Emerald Splash does not want to get into a straight fight. He loses in a straight fight. He knows he loses in a straight fight. That's the first thing that fucking happens to him. He loses in a straight fight. But Kakyoin is smart. That's the thing. He's a smart character who does smart things for smart reasons. He says, I want to keep my distance. I want to ambush you. I want to get into a situation where I am not in danger. And the only reason I am throwing everything at you, you know, throwing the whole shebang at you, is because I know I can win, which is one of the big things he did with Dio, which in any other circumstance, he would have beat Dio there. He was like, yeah, I put you in a situation where I had absolute victory. The problem was, well, it didn't work very well. He got donutted. Because, guess what? Dio has the ability to stop fucking time. That Kakyoin did not figure out what the plan was. He did not know his stand. He did everything in his power to learn about it, and he got his shit kicked because of it. Like, I will probably have to make, like, there's like autopilot stand, assimilation stand, like bound stand, like there's a lot of different kinds of stands, which I do talk about a lot of them in, where was it? But yeah, I barely even fucking talk about most things. Where is the, yeah, I broke most of the stands down into what they actually are, like swarm stands, auto stands, integrated, or humanoid. Also, no pen. How many subs do I have to give you? You ever get this video? You have to put into a video ending. Have you ever seen this video of the guy giving himself grand penis? Learning what the enemy can do is half of JoJo. Yes, which is arguably the... This is the... Most of the game. Here's the thing. If I were to say, like, a standard... If I were to say standard session. Let's just do a standard enemy of the week. Let's say part 4, enemy of the week. This is the... how are we fighting this guy? It would be... Oh no problem. Oh no problem. Something, we get information A. The Bratty Toaster Diaz. Give me a number. There will be no grand penis. No grand line penis. Sorry, kings. It's not happening. I want to keep my monetization. Let's see, where is the, Not the video of the sentence itself. Oh god. By the way, you make stand and that is a suit. Technically, that would be a wearable stand. And theoretically, yeah. Like that, again, it's one of those very strange situations. There's a lot of stuff going on. Generally, this is almost every episodic episode of JoJo. This is a standard thing. Now, what information do we need? At the end of the day, what information do we need? 1, who is the user? Who the fuck is using this stand? 2, what is the stand? Alright, easy enough to understand. 3, what is, There we go. This is usually the core information that we have to deal with. Who is the user? What is the stand? What is the stand's actual power? That is the most important 3 pieces of information we need to learn to break their bizarre field. And the idea is, hey, who is the user? Hey, here's, you know, Guacamo del Toro or whatever. What's Guacamo's deal? Guacamo's an asshole. Everyone hates him. He's just a dick. And that's his thing. What does his stand? Well, he manifests this big burly thing behind him, and he's throwing shit at us really fucking fast. It's like we're not even ready for it. Oh no, things are going wrong. Information C. Oh, his stand is the ability to, he can manipulate any object, any object within 5 feet of him, and he can make it go any speed he wants, which he usually uses to throw something at you really fast. We found all the information we need about him. How do we beat him? We're using gambits. We're using things to get around him. Oh, well, he's going to throw this thing at us. Well, when he throws this thing at us, I'm going to throw my gravity ball down, and it's going to redirect right at him and hit him in the head. Done. We win. Bonk. That's kind of the idea behind it. Is, at the end of the day, most plots in JoJo, most actual sections in JoJo are not very complicated. The problem is, after we learn about the information, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with Sekko? Here's the thing. Sekko is scary. Wanna know why Sekko is scary? It's because Sekko can travel through the fucking ground and can do a bunch of bullshit to manipulate the situation. He is extremely dangerous to literally everybody around him. He is dangerous, he is deadly, but once his bizarre field drops, we just have to contend with the fact that this is a man who can pretty much instantaneously transport himself through the ground with zero repercussions. But at the end of the day, what do? How do we defeat Sekko? Well, I blow his ears out. He can't hear anymore. One of the biggest issues of his stand is manifested, and he's fucked. He loses. There's nothing he can do. And that's what Bucciardi does. Blows his fucking ears out. And he is hit by a fucking car and dies. And then we have, I can't remember. Gyakyo. Gyasio. How do we deal with this stand? How do we deal with this? Well, the answer is simple. We fucking don't. He's incredibly fucking hard. Even after we learn all about his stand. After we learn all about his abilities, he's still an immensely powerful person. He is still immensely dangerous. And the only reason we are able to confront him as well as they are able to, that's the thing, as well, the only reason we're able to confront him as able is because he fucks up because he's got a fucking ego. He fucks up, he has an ego, he dies. The sentence itself. The baseball that I threw straight up in the previous turns falls behind him in his turn, snap my fingers and make the ball. Now behind him collapses to a miniature black hole for 0.1 second. But yeah, no, it'd be kind of like, how does Gravity Man defeat this guy? Well, that's a little bit more complicated, but we can manipulate it. We can do something with that. And that's ultimately what you have to do. Mista does a lot in Golden Wind, because Mista is very smart, even though he's a dumbass, and he uses Sex Pistols extremely well. He manages to defeat a lot of characters, simply because he is a smart person who uses his stand intelligently. Yeah, that's the ultimate, that's the secret, everyone. White Album is pretty fucking dangerous. It's a wearable suit. Problem is, there's a single thing in his back that he has to use to breathe properly. Guess what? That kills him. Gotta. Yeah. Ultimately, though, JoJo is an investigation story, and that's effectively what we need to do. It'd just be an investigation story about doing something. But remember, JoJo is not a story about stands. It is a regular story that happens to have stands in it. Secret of the action called Gambit. Structure better. Here we've got plot point, we have plot power, we've got and these are our 3 effective meta currencies. Now, you may be wondering, why am I calling health a meta currency in this situation? Health is our ability to not die. we're going to get fucked up pretty bad, and we don't need a lot of health, but it is effectively our way of protecting us from donutting. That is ultimately what health is. It's how do we protect ourselves from getting donuted. This man is going to punch me as hard as physically possible, and he's going to kill me. I am burning my health effectively to prevent that. He hits me, it is me burning health to prevent my untimely, dramatic, horrifying death. So, Oop, let me click that button. Grab something to drink. Okay. So if we do this, so effectively, if we take an additional action, that's easy enough to understand. I'm going to perform an action every round or every instance. I'm going to do something. I can take an additional one. I can do something else faster because I'm burning resolve. I can reroll any of my dice. Let's say I have like 4d6. Let's say I have 5d6. I rolled 2 1s, and a 2. I can say burn resolve. I'm going to reroll that, and I rolled significantly better. I got more dice. Adding a 2d6 to that is saying I'm gonna just add, we'll even say add a 1. How about that? Add a single 1d6. It's not as useful, but if you just need extra dice, it can do something. How many actions on average? Here you have 1 action. Am I losing my mind? Narrative convenience and So, a narrative convenience is, hey, there is a thing over there that we have. It's a lot more about setup. It's more about, like, okay, I'm placing something everyone can use. Absurdity is, I am doing something for the sake of the plot kind of thing. It's more reactive. That's kind of the idea. Narrative convenience is, I am placing something. Actually, we could even make this held. So it's kind of the idea of these are doing the same thing at the end of the day. A narrative convenience is, hey, we're in this place, and it's like, okay, hey, I'm gonna hold two of my plot. I got a little bit of plot held up. I'm gonna use 2 of my plot and say, hey, there's the docks have a bunch of oil drums around, and it is it's fucking raining or whatever. Those are things that you are establishing. You're establishing shots effectively. Do they come up? Do they not come up? Who knows? Absurdity is you are falling into, off a building, but you land conveniently in a, bundle of hay or whatever. That is you saying, I am getting rid of my plot for the session because I need to survive or do something convenient. Or, hey, I've triggered this, but miraculously, I am not hit by this attack, by this explosion. I miraculously make my way out, or I miraculously find a way to hide. It's being active versus being proactive. Actually, it's reactive versus proactive. Being proactive is you're creating gambits. You are effectively saying, when he does this, I do Y. You know, when I am, you know, it's you setting up little plots and little things, being like, okay, when he goes down the left hallway, I trigger my stand and drag him into the right hallway. Or, hey, when when he attacks me with his gun, when he attacks me with a gun, I'm going to immediately then trigger this, and then he, turn the bullet around on him or whatever. It's you are creating a situation that you are working towards secretly. You are creating a gambit. This is your thing. This is your trick. And you can be like, okay, I don't want this gambit anymore. This isn't a good idea. Or you can force a trick. Jotaro, for example, can say he forced the trick to have a magnet ready. That's the idea. He forced the trick. He has a magnet ready. He's burnt a little bit of his plot power in exchange for getting that ability to get Dio close to punch him in the face. It's a fraction of a second. It's a fraction of an idea. But it's now suddenly, hey, I have the ability to do something. I have the... I've clicked forward and I've done something. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. What are we? Ultimately, all health does is soak damage. So if we want to be... There we go. You don't need to have a lot of health. That's fine if you don't have a lot of health, because that's forcing you to act a little bit more conservatively. Actually, no. And we can use the durability. We use durability as more of like a secondary, like, you're in the middle of a fight. You can either attempt to dodge the attack or use durability to kind of like survive the attack kind of thing. Like, is this an undodgeable attack? Use durability to resist it. You're not taking a lot. You don't have a lot of health, but you don't need a lot of health. That's the important thing. You don't need to. But if you say oh hey, you've taken 3 damage. 3 damage might be most of your health. That is you getting tossed at, fucking across the entire thing. Mm. 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 Let's see. Secrecy. Summation villain, secrecy, and power. Mm. Mm. Let's see. Basic information plus advanced info. Then we. Mm. 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 Let's see. We want to do. Bizarre field, the confusing ability, location of a hidden villain, secret aspect of the arena. Mm. 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 Has both resolve, plot, and health. Mm. Let's see. Bizarre field acts as bow. Mm. 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 Check something. I need to check something. Mm. Feeling this suck. does not like villain. So, but villainous plots. Mm. Mm. Villainous actions gamble their bizarre field for powerful effects, but we don't have. But the idea for it, the idea of a villainous action is simple. It is me saying, I am putting something down. I am putting an action down that is very powerful. Something way more powerful than it should be. On the other hand, if you find a way around that, if you find a way to mitigate it, if you find a way to counter it even, I'm going to lose all of that bizarre field that I've invested. On the other hand, I could drop the villainous action, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I get all my thing back. The more you chip away at their bizarre field by finding more and more about them, the better you are at doing things. Life gets easy. But this is where monologues come in. At the end of the day, all a monologue. It's, you know, okay, that's the music festival. So effectively, the entire idea of the bizarre field. We are fighting Dio. I am making a deduction. His bizarre field is still up. We all know that. He is an extremely powerful enemy. How do we fight him? Kakyoin is like, haha, I've got you. I'm going to attack you now. And he asks the GM, all right, what's the gimmick? He's already he doesn't have any health left. He's like, what's the gimmick? And he's just like, he's like, oh, okay, you want to reveal the gimmick? He's just like, yes. I'm asking a probing question. What is Dio's secret? And he's like, okay, and it's kind of one of those things like, okay, you want to know Dio's secret? He's like, okay, yeah, bad question. And Dio fucking punches him through the gut because, hey, that's what Dio would do. Dio burns a little, Dio does a fucking villainous action, which is always, if I am attacked, I retaliate. And that's what Dio does. He is being attacked, he retaliates. And he immediately donuts Kakyoin. However, it's kind of that one of the thing, like, you've asked the right question, you've monologued about it, it's time. You know it's time. And you're like, how do you get that information across, though? And he's just saying Kakyoin, fucking bleeding to death. Like, he's like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna burn one of my resolve, I'm gonna take another action, I'm going to shoot Emerald Splash at the clock tower, and just, I'm fucking dead. There's no way I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm fucked. However, you're trying to get questions. You're trying to probe questions to get this information more than anything. You want the advanced information. Most weekly villains kind of thing is going to be basic information. What's their stand? Who they are? Who are they? What's their stand? What's their ability? You get those 3 pieces of information, you're good. Now, they might trigger a bizarre field, though. They might be burning their bizarre field to do a villainous action. If we're using, like, Golden Wind, it would be Golden Wind, which it would be, fuck, what's his name? Pesci. They don't know anything about Pesci. Yeah, this weird-looking little fuck, this weird fucker. They don't know anything about Pesci. Pesci's on the train. Pesci is using a villainous action to deal damage to Mista. He is saying, I am going to deal damage to you every round because I'm putting it in there. I'm now hindering you. You know, the cook is in your body and is going to kill you. And Mista's like, fuck me. I am going to have to do something insane. And Mista tries to counter it. And Mista does what he does best. He shoots the gun haphazardly and finds him. Hey, I know the secret. I know what the secret is to get around this because we've lowered another character's bizarre field a little bit. We know what's going on. We found the secret. And so he asks a monologuing question, being like, oh, and it should be, he asks a question, where is he? He go bang, bang, bang. He shoots Sex Pistols. He makes a roll. He hits pretty fucking reliably. You know, him and Pesci make an opposed roll. Pesci's doesn't have a lot of bravery. He does not have a lot of bravery. Mista's got is very clever. He rolls a bunch of dice. They both roll a bunch of dice. And, they found Pesci. And Pesci's thing to lower damage is lost. And he loses a bit of his bizarre field because they found his stand. They found him out. However, this is immediately countered by his big bro showing up and saving his ass and popping Mista in the fucking head 3 times. Because remember, Mista has been shot in the head 3 times in that. Like, you have, like, if you give anyone credit in good old, you know, if give anyone credit in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, understand, Mista has been shot dozens of times. Like, this man has been shot repeatedly. Like, like, Mista's hard as fuck. Like, that's something you always gotta remember. Mista is hard as fuck. This man has been shot repeatedly in his life. And he just doesn't give a fuck. He gets back up, seemingly unhindered by the fact that his entire body is more lead than man at this point. And yeah, dude gets just shot in the fucking head. But he gets back up from it, obviously, because he's Mista, and that's what happens with Mista. He gets back up, because I believe Sex Pistols save him. Yeah, exactly. He's okay. He had Sex Pistols. And that's something there, is that, like, hey, and with that, what would it be, is, hey, I've been shot, like, I wasn't planning for this. I've been something bad. I force a trick. I burn a little bit of my plot power for the session. He doesn't have any plot power anymore, pretty much by the end of every big thing. But he forces a trick, and he makes a durability check. He says, I'm going to make a durability check with my stats, and I'm going to burn all of my resolve to roll like 66, and I'm going to fight whatever he did. Because he's just acting alone, without a stand. I roll my dice, and yeah, I resist the health damage. It looks like I have been shot 3 fucking times in the head, but I'm not dead. I am still alive and still kicking. And that would be the sequence of events that occurred there. Mista confronts Pesci. I'm going to kill you now. The other guy reacts. He goes in there, fucks Mista up. Mista is no longer able to retaliate. He has been drained. He says, fuck me, I wasn't expecting that. His bizarre power really fucked your day up. Mista's dying. He's gonna get shot in the head. He's like, I'm burning a bunch of resources to not die. And Mista burns a lot of resources to not die. And then Mista doesn't die. He gets back up and he is perfectly healthy like last time because Giorno exists. And that would be the cycle of events taking place. And that cycle of events taking place saves Mista's life and makes everything good. Because the big thing is, Pesci's bizarre field is effectively broken at that point. Pesci can't do any more bullshit, and he really doesn't do any more bullshit, because he can't do anything more. Because Mista found everything out about him, leading to Bruno being able to fuck his day up a lot more. Bruno is able to react because he's able to punch people in the face really hard. And that's the secret. At the end of the day, we probably need to add in like a... we need to add in a trait system. Traits are effectively going to double as our skills. Yeah, that's effectively what traits are going to be. They're going to be write-in skills. Now, what it's going to be is a trait is not necessarily just a skill. It is a broad understanding of a character notion. It could be, I'm a gangster. I'm a cool gangster, and that's, let's say I have a +3. Anytime I'm doing gangster stuff, I have a +3 to it. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm doing gangster stuff, so I'm pretty cool. On the other hand, I might take, I might take Rebel Without a Cause. Anytime I need to interact with authority, anytime I need to do something, I'm a Rebel Without a Cause. I take a -3 to my roll. Anytime I need to do something actually good, it's not going to help. That's kind of the idea. We're adding in certain aspects, but you're going to take a bonus, take a penalty. Anytime you have something good, you might want to take something bad. And that's something you're going to be working to overcome. And that's kind of one of your, kind of the ideas of your character arc, is saying, hey, establishing like a +2 is saying, hey, I want to do better and I want to try to get it up to a +4 effective. Being a good person is really difficult. Overcoming your flaws is a lot easier. Because what we can do here is like, these are effectively just, you know, it would be +1 to +5. With just the amount of severity. If I really wanted to be specific, I can even put a +0 in here. You may be thinking, what's a +0, Notepad? A +0 would be, you have the trait to do something, you're not any good at it though. It's kind of like saying, hey, normally you can't do etymology, but if you have etymologist at +0, yeah, you can do etymology. You're not great at it, it might be just like a side hobby or something for you, but you can do it. Hey, I have this ability, even though I am not good at it, I can still do it. Then we're going, what do they even call? I forgot what they call it. There we go. We're paying a cost. Usually it's going to be, hey, you reduce your plot power, you reduce your resolve, you reduce your health. You're reducing something in exchange for getting something else. I'm a Haman user. You don't have 3 plot power. You have 2 plot power. You have 1 plot power. You are exchanging your ability to get things in exchange for having a more power, more ability. Hey, I'm a Haman user. By virtue of being a Haman user, as long as I am breathing, I can, anytime I'm making an attack, I can trigger my Haman abilities. Anytime I am doing that, I'm doing great. And that's something I have to, use. Hey, anytime that I am we can add in a handful of these of just like, hey, I'm a member of an organization. I am someone special. I have a special ability. I'm part of a bloodline. What does that bloodline mean? I don't know. I am Dio Brando's son. Because I am Dio Brando's son, I get a bunch of bonuses. In exchange, though, I have, 0 fucking resolve. Because I'm Dio Brando's son. I'm more of a villain than anything. Hey. I'm a Joe Star. Yeah, no, I am a Joe Star. I am super cool and all that stuff. You want to know what my problem is? I don't get as many stat points because I'm expected to build up into something. I don't get as much I don't get as much health or something, whatever. The entire idea is I am X, I get Y. And I can pay up to do something. But that's a character type. That's an archetype, effectively. That is you declaring to the GM, I want to be a cyborg. Because I am a cyborg, I have a lot more health, but I don't actually register my health anywhere. Anytime I take damage, I'm actually losing functions of my body. Hey, I'm a this. And playing a non-stand user, you would be all in playing a non-stand user it'd be selecting a character type and then selecting another character type called normal guy. Or effectively, it would be like a non-stand user. Because you're not a stand user, you get some extra bonus points, you get some extra abilities, but you are not able to use stand abilities. Still use the system as is, it's perfectly natural, you just don't get that. And we can add in a couple more. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this, all things considering. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're going to have to write probably an impromptu. We're probably going to have to write a variant of our investigation system. Probably a lighter weight version of the investigation system I've used before. But if we use the lighter weight variant of the investigation system, everything should work pretty nicely. So we can start on this next week. If we hammer it out next week, if we fucking blitz this, we will be able to get it done by the end of it. Feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling like this one, I was a little bit worried to begin with, but I'm feeling better. If I'm worried about a few things. I'm worried about this. I think getting this to be just right is going to be a little bit complicated. I think getting the nature of combat is going to be a little bit weird, as well as like secret actions. Trying to get that to be as exactly how I want it, it's going to be a little bit weird. But yeah, no, that is the, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I think we can do this. I'm going to call it there. Thank you all for watching. That means you know what we need to do. That means we need to find a sad girl, and we all like finding sad girls on the internet, right? And I'm ending a little bit abruptly here because there might be a chance I need to pick up my mom from work. And I say I might need to pick up my mom from work is because we have no parking on our street, and she is at work, and she might need to walk home. And my mom has a bad knee, so I don't want to be streaming and then get called to say, hey, I need to very quickly rush over to to my mom's work to pick her up. Mostly because everyone's driving like an asshole tonight. The gotcha girl from yesterday is... We raid new people every time. Every time we're going to raid a new girl. And every time we're going to kick down our door and we're going to say, hey, hey, hello, hello, say my name. Lollytuber. Lollytuber. That's a fucking tag. Bing, bing, wahoo. And then when I say bing, bing, wahoo, I get my bonuses and I feel good, and they say my name and I get that fucking adrenaline shot right to my heart, and that's all I need at the end of the day. Bat streaming. Let's see who's Lapin is streaming, except the stinky cat Qmu. Yeah, Qmu. Let's see. Do we have it? Yeah, don't worry. We've got fucking VTuber Brat Mindbreak. Oh, Lord Almighty. We're going to jail just reading that. We are. Yeah, everyone. The Shoujo girls are opening up new everything, by the way. Have no fear, everyone. I, too, can join fucking V Shoujo. It's time. Let's see, who's VT shilling today? VT! Oh my VT! Who are we shilling today? Oh, I'm feeling good about that one. Let's see. Let's click this one, this first one that pops up. So obviously we've got to have some good stuff. I am not shilling Adobe. Absolutely not. And playing TTRPGs. TTRPGs. Me oh my oh me. My oh me oh my, everyone. Best viewers. No. Wizard VFX, go away. Where's the money, fruit? Your wife. Future wife. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is, let's... We can fix her. We're she's gonna be playing Bloodborne. There's TRPGs, we're so fucking back kings. And she's not even crying. Alright. Girl failure moment. Yep, she's one of ours, everyone. She's one of ours. Alright, everyone. Godspeed, good luck. I will see you all later. I am now going to go read Middle-earth role-playing games and create Baragorn. Alright, 3, 2, 1.